All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're so excited to talk tech and workflows today.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah. And a day. Let's go.
And today workflows.
Cloud.
I'm Casper Haney. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Ghost Kits, and I get to have the wonderful pleasure of introducing all of my colleagues here. Jackie, do you want to raise your hand? There you go. Jackie is a brilliant filmmaker who's traveled all around the world to capture and show stories that are often ignored or hidden, like her featured documentary Through Their Eyes. An Agent Orange documentary offers an in-depth glimpse into the lives of the many families that were adversely affected by dioxin poisoning, which was sprayed in the U.S. during the Vietnam War. It's a mouthful and a really intense and crazy, amazing story.
Thank you. Very heavy. I know. Good way to go right into happy hour.
Yeah, right for the perfect happy hour. Right next to me, Cyrus. He's a genius computer material science engineer who I've known personally for 15 years. He's worked for 7 years as a back-end and database systems professional for a large private technology company. He oversees the engineering and technology for Ghost Kits, which is debuting its device, Spectre, a cellular hotspot and Wi-Fi router that solves the universal bottleneck of network connectivity when you're on set. I have Melody Keelis. Melody is a production technology leader who has spent 2 decades building pipelines that bridge the creative and technical worlds of film, television, and emerging media. She's held notable positions at Paramount Pictures and most recently head of creative technology at Amazon. She's known for her capacity to build strategic workflows and automated systems leading to production technology. Yeah, thank you. And Sean is all over my social media page.
I'm sorry in advance.
As a filmmaker, a podcaster and social media superstar. He's worked with companies like BuzzFeed, MGM, and Riot Games and currently represents Adobe as one of their video evangelists. Great. Okay.
Woo!
So the introductions are done.
With that out of the way.
Yeah. With that out of the way, I want to dive in right now and talk about what cool tech have you seen at the conference so far? Any cool thing that you've spotted at NAB? We're at the largest convention. Anything that has caught your eye or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll go first. Google Cloud. There's a product over there. One's called Oko and one is called Nodi, and I would check it out. It's sort of, if you use Comfy UI at all, it borrows a lot from that interface, but is able to render 3D spaces, really as a bridge and intermediate into being able to control and make outputs from generative AI more consistent. And it's a great demo, and I recommend it.
That's amazing. Cyrus?
I think one of my favorite things so far, because it's so outside my wheelhouse, has been the gimbal technology that we've been seeing. It's not something that I have a lot of background in, and I'm just excited to learn new things here at NAB.
Yeah. Jackie?
Yeah, it's hard, Central Hall, there's this really beautiful, I think it's LED, basically a wall full of lights and waves, and it's a virtual production. And you just can see like deserts, and they do like the space, or I don't know, anywhere. But the point is that it's so real, you can walk almost right into it. And I think we're at a place in time where we don't have to be in location A to shoot location A. And that's just a phenomenal thing.
Yeah. No, I love that. Sean, any cool technology?
Actually, Zhiyun Tech, they have stabilizers and gimbals for cameras and iPhones. But they also came out with a line of lights. And I'm really interested in that because, lighting can be a little expensive, but they're starting to go down in price, especially the LED lights, because they're small, they're compact, they don't heat up, and they've got a whole series of these new lights, with softbox fixtures on them. So you can really do some cool stuff. They're small and compact, but they punch out a lot of light. And I thought it was really cool. So I was hanging out their booth earlier today.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You stole mine. Kind of.
Did I?
Kind of.
Well, we're here today to just talk about technology and camera to cloud workflows and internet connectivity and just have a good conversation. So Sean, I know that you've had a little experience with camera to cloud workflows.
Oh, just a little bit.
I'm going to ask you this amazing question. Can you set the stage of how C2C redefines how content gets made?
Well, that means a great question. I mean, currently content is still kind of the old school way of doing things. You record it onto the camera, you take that SD card or flash card, over to a DIT or take it over to a computer, transfer that to a hard drive. And in that process, one, your videographer is off the event or not recording or not shooting because you're trying to move that media. So you're missing out on action and you're wasting so much time by processing these files, storing them on a drive, doing transcodes. Camera to Cloud is really a great system to allow you to just have the camera internal system connect directly to FrameIO, which is kind of the backbone of Camera to Cloud, or you can connect external devices like an Atomos or Axoon. And this allows you to just basically transfer proxy files directly from the camera, directly into FrameIO, and have those files accessible to anyone who has access to your FrameIO account. And of course, if you're using Premiere, there's a panel built in directly into Premiere, so you can just bring those files right into your edit. But that speeds up the process because you're not having to transfer all that information. The files are readily and immediately available. And a lot of times these proxies are really high res. So you don't even need to worry about getting the OCF media. You could just start editing right away, spit those out onto the social channels that they need to go on. And they've got the quality that's necessary to broadcast and send them out. And that really streamlined processes like 100 times over.
Right. And you can simultaneously have your post-production and production team working, getting, review within seconds and, deliver within minutes. And it's revolutionary.
Absolutely. We have some really great examples of sporting events that, for instance, Golden State Warriors, the Steph Curry, the big three-pointer that he did, I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That got to social media like almost within seconds after that moment happened because they used the Camera to Cloud workflow, to make that happen. So yeah, it's incredible workflow system.
So, Jackie, when you're traveling to do your documentaries in Egypt and Vietnam, do you have internet? Can you do these workflows?
Well, I mean, C2C was not around. I'm a little older than that. But if we had C2C, Teradecks are not cheap. Neither Atomus is actually for independent filmmakers. So it would have been hard. In Cairo and in Vietnam, in certain areas, you don't even get 2G still nowadays. And so I think like this is something that if we had it, I would definitely have used it. Right. Proxy first is a great way to edit. But C2C was a new concept. I essentially went back to the hotel and it did a synchronous upload through iCloud, me.com. I can't remember. It's really old.
It's one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
It's like 1 megabit a second. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
How long did it take to get things uploaded?
It was done when I woke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overnight.
Overnight for sure. And I think because we were shooting in such dire environments, we didn't get like hours and hours. It's probably 2-3 hours. And then it'll take about 7 hours to upload to the US. And then my friend would message me, got it. I'm like,
Have you ever had it where it fails overnight and you wake up and it's
Casper, I don't sleep until it arrives.
okay. Yeah. So stable connectivity. Cyrus, do you have any experience with stable connectivity?
I don't know why you would ask that question. No. Yes. So I work with Ghost Kits here, which is like we said, a cellular hotspot and Wi-Fi router device that's intended for camera to cloud creative workflows. So the goal is to give you an easy to use, affordable connection, no matter where you are, no matter where your production takes you. Stable Wi-Fi is not even just Wi-Fi, but stable connectivity is a huge challenge, even today for many, many reasons. And whether there is, even networks available, that's a huge issue. Or whether there's congestion or whether you're locked into a specific provider versus another. So Ghost Kits is looking to help solve with that as much as possible here.
Yeah, whether you're in Egypt or you're in NAB Convention Center, I don't know if you know, see how many bars you currently have, but the network congestion is, not great. So we provide the Wi-Fi for that.
I was gonna say, should I talk about, I mean, Ghost Kits was really made to solve a problem.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Casper here actually has a post-production house and was working to try to get Fujifilm cameras online to take advantage of the beautiful camera to cloud workflows. And was like, of course, that should be easy, right? You know, we have Wi-Fi everywhere. Well, they did some research and they could not find anything that was easy to use and affordable and readily available. So they called me up and said, hey, can you invent this? And I said, I have no idea, but I will try.
You did it in like 2 months.
No, well, the very, very basic version. But it's been a long road. We've been working on it for a couple years now, and we've launched, or are launching our Spectre model here today at NAB.
Melody, you've upgraded workflows, for companies like Amazon, and you're on the post-production side. Do you want to talk a little bit about like how these workflows impact post-production and like, why is it important to get your client to actually do these upgrades?
Well, I think that specifically my utilization for Ghost Kits, it was something I was looking for last year, because of a convention ultimately. So, I could use it in 2 areas, which is of course the camera to cloud within the convention center and, to send to the editors. Many of them were on site, but some were off site using Lucid Link. And I had a budget to do everything. And then I called around to the convention center to get pricing on an internet connection.
How much was that pricing?
It was north of 50,000 for 2 days, and it was a 1 gig connection, and only got 750 megabit per second of that. So yeah, and I looked into Starlink. That could not work out because they could only be outside of the convention center, which meant I couldn't piggyback to get the signal that I needed. So I started calling around looking for something like a Ghost Kit to help me out. It didn't exist. And so I had to pay the exorbitant amount and give up more than half of my budget just to get a really bad, like a really like substandard connection where we were able, I mean, this was a huge, Amazon, convention. So there were multiple stages, keynote stage, we had a lot of material going in simultaneously. So we were able to back it all up, but we were about an hour and a half behind by the close of the convention due to, limited bandwidth.
Yeah. So so if you were to go to like, your event manager and present this idea to them, how would you present that to get a return of investment? Like the cost probably, immediately. And then, cause how much does it cost?
The Ghost Kit?
Yeah.
$1,199 and then $7 or $7.50 per gigabyte based on volume pricing.
Yep. And for camera people, I think it's really important to mention that it's also like 2 or 3 pounds. So, some of the other things I was looking into last year, they were over 12, 15 pounds. And so the camera operators were telling me like, I can't run and gun carrying that all over the convention center. So.
They're also really big. They have like a big antenna mushroom thing on the top, or they got like, a bunch of antennas sticking out. I mean, I like the Ghost Kit because it's really compact. It's just one unit and you can toss it in a backpack or clip it to your camera. It's pretty versatile in that way.
So, but how do you quantify things like intranet and cloud storage to your clients and your business? That is something that's hard to quantify the return on.
Yeah. In my particular case, I don't think it was that difficult for me to show, just because I had multiple editors. Many of them had to be on site due to a limited bandwidth. So in a future state, it was easy to say how, having better bandwidth equates to having more editors at home, all able to work simultaneously. So you're not flying editors in from all over the United States. So that was like just a really easy dollar value to throw out.
But there's an obvious ROI here, right? Like if you don't do C2C workflows, everything is synchronous, right? Asynchronous factor of it all means that the faster you get the asset from the camera itself, from the lens to the capture button to the timeline, that is a priceless cost, right? It doesn't matter where your editor is, it doesn't matter where anyone is that you can get access to it in the timeline. And that means you're almost done.
How many times have you had to reshoot things because media either got lost or the feedback wasn't given in time?
I don't do reshoots. Yeah, no. You only get, it depends, right? The truth is though, when you're doing a documentary and if you're doing it in an environment where time is like precious, you just let the camera run, right? So this is why the C2C is perfect. You let it run, it goes up, and then when you're done, you're done. And I think like that is the one thing about having, if you did need to reshoot or did need a backup, you have one. But ideally, you just let it run.
Yeah. One of the things that the organization also did was make mini documentaries or, sellers, on the Amazon, site. And C2C was so helpful because we could in post, right? We could just, wait, I need this shot in the background, or I need this, or I need additional B-roll. I need additional coverage in real time while they were still shooting. So, yeah.
Right. So once your client understands the benefits of it, then it's an easy sell, is kind of what we're saying. I love that. And I feel like we're going through an age where people like, at the Ghost Kit booth, which is in North Hall, we are talking to people and they do understand camera to cloud workflows. Like, I feel like we've been fighting for this, like, understanding level, right? And now people are starting to get it. So it's an easier sell to your clients.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't call it a sell.
Well, okay.
If you want this by a certain time as a requirement, that's the part of it, right? Like that.
Yeah.
As we move forward, like we don't have moviolas anymore. We have different things. If you want to edit, you need a computer. It's very basic, I think. It's part of what you need as a recipe to make faster films more efficiently.
So it's like a reframing. It's no longer a cool tech that's optional. It's if you want the content out yesterday, which you always do, then you need it.
In cloud workflows and cloud like environments, like we all have it in our pocket, so it's something that's it's not new to anyone. Like cloud's been around for a bit, and we could see, we're sitting in the room, but like there's several different cloud companies, like they're just right around our circle. Like large enterprise companies are stepping into, a connected workflow, not even just creative teams, but like documents and all the work files, like everything works in a cloud system. So, this is just an easy buy. We're all remote now. Everyone works in their house and whatnot. So you almost have to go with that kind of system. You don't really have a choice at this point.
Cyrus, is there anything with the Ghost Kit that maybe uploads to the cloud directly? Maybe do we call it Kit to Cloud or?
Again, I don't know where these questions are coming from.
Very pointed.
But yeah, so, one of the cool things about, the Ghost Kit, we are working on what's called Kit to Cloud, which is a direct upload to various cloud storage options from the device itself. So, right now you're locked into specific clouds based on what camera you have or what technology you have. You need this device, you need that device. We're trying to help, again, streamline that. So no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you're able to offload your media to the cloud faster. So that's in the works, hopefully launching later this year. Definitely check us out if you have questions.
So what do you guys think is missing in technology for your workflows in the industry? Is there anything that, like, you're seeing the cool technologies at NAB, is there anything that's missing that you wish was here? It's a hard question.
We have a lot of AI stuff that's happening, and that's a huge topic on the ground at lunchrooms. What I would really love is like an assistant editor who can read my mind. Like
Yeah,
footage goes up and I'm like, this is a bad take. Don't use it.
And it just knows.
Right. And just knows, and it puts it in the right place in the timeline.
Hey, Jackie, try another one. Do another take.
Hey Siri, is this a good clip?
It's called Sean.
Just call me. I can't think of any technology. I I definitely have to applaud Ghost Kits in this way because, people can, there's a lot of options in getting internet, but really getting a device that understands how to handle large media, how to handle video files, that's the harder part. And when you have a product like this that can target that kind of market, I think that's going to open up a lot of possibilities and will allow more companies to step into the cloud world because everyone wants to chomp at it and take advantage of it. So, as far as the technology that I would want is internet and a box and a device that I don't have to do any extra work. I can just connect to its little hotspot and it knows how to handle all of my high res media and get it to where I need it to go. It's been a battle for a long time. So, and it's really nice to see a focus on this.
Right. And understanding like that the Canon camera is going to be different than the Fujifilm camera. That's going to be different than the Sony camera, and having a device that is smart enough to get you configured for all of those. Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And having it happen automatically. I don't want to do any extra work. And sometimes you have to configure these boxes to do all this stuff, but this just kind of goes, oh, that's the best network. This is the best network. And it just makes it happen. And that's what I love about it.
You don't want to be a networking expert?
No, I don't. I got enough to think about.
Right, because as a photographer or videographer, if you're focusing on the tech, it's going to kill your profitability. It's going to kill your creativity, right? It just takes it away from it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you have a creative that's messing around with trying to configure a network device and also set up their camera and figure out their shot, we want them to be creative. We don't want them to have to deal with all this stuff. And honestly, there's a lot of other internet boxes that just require a lot of maintenance and you have to tinker with them a lot. And I just want to connect to the network and just let it do its thing.
Yeah, the better it works if it's invisible, right? I mean, there is something about time, like you got it to save time. And I think there's a luxury of being in the studio. You can have the fancy Ghost Kit sit in your pocket or tripod or whatever, but your environments where there might be a war zone or you may be in some kind of urban development where it's just not easy to, muck with things. So it just needs to work and it just needs to let the person focus on what they're shooting on.
Yeah. Because sometimes what you're shooting is very intense, especially if you're in a geopolitical, climate zone and, there's what?
Like Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Well, have you all seen the photo of the guy throwing his camera at that last minute as he's getting tackled by ICE? Sorry, not to get too political, but I mean, that's an excellent use case of getting content off. Yeah. Because it is all over the world.
Yeah. I think a lot of the geopolitical warfare as well, a lot of areas actually have no more than 2G access, right? So I tried using the Ghost Kit, with my computer all the way here from sort of like LA to Vegas, and I was connected the whole time. And I think that's kind of important, like to illustrate, because then you can rely on something and trust that it would just work even at 2G. Something is transferring, and that's important.
Yeah. My wife's favorite use case with a Ghost Kit is that I drive her to Vegas a lot and she has to work on her way to Vegas. So she's like, are you going to bring a Ghost Kit? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to bring a Ghost Kit. Yes, you can work while we're going to Vegas. But yeah, other use cases can be like a NFL photographer too. You can be in the stadium and we smart switch you so that you're always connected no matter, if Verizon drops and you're connected to T-Mobile or anything like that. So we're very applicable to kind of all these industries that need it.
Yeah, as I said, I'm here this year because I was looking for you last year.
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah, this is the technology I was hoping to find.
I'm so glad that we found each other. It's a great friendship too. Cool. So, any questions that I missed? Any?
I don't know. I'm not running this.
Oh my God. So much stress. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for, coming and, answering all my questions about connectivity. This is, it just means a lot to be able to talk about the things that we've been working so hard on. And
also to learn, right? Like we're also here to listen to multiple voices and hear what is out there and what needs to be out there. So thank you
Thank you. Thanks for making Ghost Kids.
Yes,
Makes our world so much easier.
like a missing link, right?
Yeah. So we're in the North Hall, booth N967. If you want to come by and chat and talk workflows, these amazing people are at, some are at the Adobe booth. And Melody is walking the floor, so you can find her anywhere. Anywhere.
He's in the cloud.
She's everywhere.
Just yell Melody and she's around somewhere.
Yeah.
All at once.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.